There is a crazy teacher in Texas who decided to feed, for the classroom, a snake kittens, a live kitten. Yeah. Female teacher apologize for feeding a sick live kitten to a classroom, to a snake. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this girl? Let's find out. A female science teacher has apologized. She can fuck off with her apology after students complained when she fed a live kitten to a snake in the classroom. And for once, I'm going to have to agree with PETA here. The People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals and also Terrorism issued a blistering statement condemning the actions of the unnamed teacher after a student's parents complained to the organization. Maybe a complaint to the cops for animal cruelty? The teacher of animal science in Alvord, Texas, about an hour north of Fort Worth, was accused of bringing in 4 sick kittens that were born by her cat and feeding one of them to the snake. One of the students in the classroom was so disturbed that they reportedly asked to take the remaining 3 kittens home, where they all later died. The complainant reported that the teacher even taunted the student, telling them that you cannot save them all. What a heartless bitch. You know that she had to do this on purpose. You know that she wanted to traumatize the students. And you have to wonder, I guess these are pictures of the kittens. You have to wonder what kind of monster would do this. And if she's willing to do this to traumatize children, because make no mistake, this was on purpose, what does she do behind closed doors? What kind of a monster would do that? Now, she also reportedly said that she was feeding the kittens to snakes at her home. What? So, okay, so so I guess rather than sterilizing the mama cat, she's been feeding her kittens to snakes at her home. What the actual F? Now, after receiving the complaint, PETA called on the high school to ban the use. Why would they go to the high school in the first place? Why the hell would you go to PETA unless maybe the high school was ignoring them? PETA called on the high school to ban the use of live animals in the classroom and investigate the teacher's conduct. They said, if reports are true, an educator who should be teaching her students empathy and respect for others is instead tearing newborn kittens from their mother and subjecting them to a painful, terrifying death in front of shocked and traumatized teenagers. And make no mistake, these kittens don't just die when they're swallowed by the snake. It takes time. It is a bad way to go. And PETA went on to say that anyone who would demonstrate such cruel and disturbing behavior shouldn't be around children or animals, and PETA is calling for an immediate investigation and a ban on live animals in all Alvord classrooms. Now, Alvord Superintendent Randy Brown, let's see what this a-hole has to say, confirmed that the teacher fed one ailing kitten to a snake outside the presence of students. The shocking incident was investigated by the Alvord ISD police. Okay, so at least the police department was there, and the Wise County Sheriff's Office Animal Control after a parent reported it. Okay, so they did go to the cops too. Good. Authorities then gave the district administration the power to determine the next steps, and no criminal charges were filed. Wow. I am going to look this up. This is insane. Just give me a second here. I'm looking up the legality of this in the state of Texas. Holy crap. Yeah. So how the hell is she not getting charged? It's not legal in Texas under animal cruelty laws. Obviously, because you're inflicting suffering and torture to a companion animal. No criminal charges were filed. How the hell does that happen? Gunmetal, you're saying that I'm almost wondering if this is an indoctrination for violence. I think certainly in that teacher's mind. Like, what the fuck is wrong with her? And what the fuck is wrong with the police department? No criminal charges were filed. Why? Animal cruelty laws should matter for something. Now, the teacher, Brown, the a-hole superintendent, says, is an experienced educator, an animal lover. What the hell is this guy smoking? What kind of crack is this guy swallowing right now? The superintendent says that the teacher that fed live kittens to snakes in a classroom, and oh, by the way, has fed her kitten or her cat's kittens to snakes at her house, loves animals. Maybe she loves to see them suffer. Holy crap. And apparently the teacher has apologized to the students for her actions and voluntarily removed all snakes from her classroom. Not good enough. What the actual F? The superintendent added that the district had limits to what they could share, but acknowledged that students were upset. No fucking shit. Holy God. Of course the students were upset. Cats are companion animals. Yeah, they're going to care. Now, the parent whose child took home the other 3 kittens anonymously told the Fort Worth Star-Telegram that her daughter texted her on September 3rd asking if she could take the kittens home. When asked why, the high school student told her mother that her friends watched a snake eat the kitten during the teacher's class earlier in the day. It was really hard on her. She was up every 2 hours trying to feed them. And yeah, it's very difficult at that age to keep them alive. I mean, that teacher is a heartless a-hole, a heartless bitch. Holy crap. And a couple of days later, the teacher's saying thanks to whoever turned me in and trying to justify it. Yeah, that teacher's not sorry. She's just trying to keep her sorry ass job. Holy crap. How in the world do you not get charges? Did they even mention the name of this teacher? No, I didn't see it. So they're trying to cover up who she is. Wow. I'll have to do some digging, see if I can find out, because holy shit. What kind of a monster? And the school defending her, saying she's an animal lover, meaning they don't want to fire her. The only way to get rid of this crazy bitch from the school is to get her is to have enough people complaining to get her fired. So we'll see. But the fact that they're not even going to press charges, and it is absolutely against Texas animal cruelty laws, something is wrong in Alvord, Texas. Well, at least we know who the superintendent is, and I hope the people of that town give him a piece of their mind. How do you say that's okay? And the idea that she's an animal lover, like something's got to be mentally wrong with her. If you know that you can't take care of kittens, you can get the mother fixed. You can get her spaded. Why would you keep having kittens just to then feed them to snakes? That doesn't add up. You got to wonder how many times she's done this. And to what other animals has she done this? And they're definitely hiding her identity. I'll have to do some digging and see if I can find out. But I figured I'd share that with you because I saw this right before I went live and I about exploded over here. Unfreaking believable. And it's very rare for me to find myself in agreement with PETA. I am not a fan of the organization. They are lunatics. But in this case, they were on to something. So probably a blue-haired rainbow clown. I would not be surprised, Sam. I would definitely not be surprised.